Did you know some modern car engines fail before even hitting 50,000 miles? In today's video, we're exposing the worst engines ever, ones that drained wallets, sparked lawsuits, and left drivers furious. These aren't from obscure brands, they come from major automakers that should know better. You won't believe the nightmare at number 1. And if you love honest, no BS car advice, make sure to subscribe so you never get stuck with a lemon. Smash that like button if you want more videos like this. Let's get into it. Number 10. 2013-2016 Dodge Dart 1.4-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine. Dodge tried to enter the compact sedan market with the Dart, hoping to take on competitors like the Honda Civic and Toyota Corolla. But instead of creating a reliable economy car, Dodge gave the world a nightmare on wheels. The biggest issue? Massive oil consumption. This car burned oil at an alarming rate, and if drivers didn't check it frequently, the engine could suddenly shut down while driving. Some owners reported that the low oil warning light didn't even turn on, meaning their engine failed with no warning. And here's the scary part. Some of these shutdowns happened in the middle of traffic. Imagine cruising down the highway, and suddenly, your engine just dies. No power steering, no brakes, just a rolling hazard waiting to cause an accident. Dodge never truly fixed the problem. Owners who complained were told to check their oil more often, which is not an acceptable solution for a modern car. A well-designed engine should not need a quart of oil every 1,000 miles. And if the engine wasn't failing, the turbocharger had its own set of problems. Many Darts suffered turbo failures, boost leaks, and loss of power. Owners expected a fun, fuel-efficient car, but instead, they got an underpowered mess with constant mechanical issues. Dodge eventually pulled the plug on the Dart in 2016, realizing it was a lost cause. If you ever see one for sale, don't just walk away, run! Number 9. 2012-2014 Range Rover Sport Supercharged V8. A Range Rover is a symbol of luxury, a car that makes a statement wherever it goes. But if you bought one with the 2012-2014 Supercharged V8, you were in for a world of trouble. The biggest issue? Timing chain failure. Normally, a timing chain should last the life of the engine. But in these models, the chain wore out prematurely. If it failed, the engine suffered catastrophic damage, often requiring a complete rebuild or replacement. And here's the worst part. This wasn't a cheap fix. Replacing the timing chain alone costs over $5,000. And if the engine was damaged, you were looking at $15,000 or more in repairs. For a vehicle that costs over $70,000 new, you'd expect better reliability. But instead, owners spent more time at the mechanic than on the road. And the final insult? Depreciation hit these models hard. A Range Rover that once sold for $80,000 plus could be found on the used market for under $20,000. Not because they were great deals, but because no one wanted to deal with the repair bills. Number 8. Chevrolet Equinox GMC Terrain, 2010-2012. Imagine this. You just got an oil change a few weeks ago. You pop the hood, check the dipstick, and there's almost no oil left. That's exactly what thousands of Chevrolet Equinox and GMC Terrain owners experienced with the 2.4-liter Ecotec engine. This engine had a serious oil consumption problem. Some drivers didn't even realize there was a problem until their engine completely failed. So what caused this mess? It all comes down to bad piston rings. Over time, the oil levels dropped dangerously low, causing internal damage, overheating, and even complete engine seizure. Many owners didn't even get a warning light because the oil level sensors weren't designed to catch this kind of slow consumption. So they kept driving, completely unaware their engine was running dry. GM knew about the issue, but it took years of complaints and lawsuits before they finally took action. By then, many engines had already failed. Some owners were lucky enough to get partial coverage under warranty, but others were stuck paying thousands out of pocket. Number 7. Subaru's 2.5-liter engines. Subaru has built a reputation for reliability and adventure, but if you've ever owned one with a 2.5-liter engine, you know there's one major flaw Subaru owners can't escape: blown head gaskets. This engine was used in millions of Subarus, and almost every single one of them had the same fatal flaw. The head gaskets, the seals that separate coolant, oil, and combustion gases, were incredibly weak. Over time, they would deteriorate, leak oil and coolant, and cause the engine to overheat. At first, owners might notice a small oil leak or a slight loss of coolant. But if left unchecked, the engine could overheat, warp the heads, and fail completely. What makes this issue even more frustrating is that Subaru took years to properly address it. Some models were improved over time, but even newer 2.5-liter engines still suffer from similar problems. Many Subaru owners eventually get their head gaskets replaced, but some take a preventative approach, adding special coolant additives or replacing the gaskets before they even fail. Others just sell their car before the problem shows up. Number 6. 2007 to 2013 Mini Cooper 1.6-liter engine. The Mini Cooper is known for its go-kart-like handling, making it a favorite among driving enthusiasts. It's small, stylish, and fun to throw around corners. But under the hood, it's a ticking time bomb. The biggest problem? The timing chain. Unlike a traditional timing belt that gets replaced at set intervals, the timing chain is supposed to last the lifetime of the engine. But on the 2007-2013 Mini Cooper with the 1.6-liter engine, it didn't even make it close. The chain had a design flaw that caused it to stretch prematurely. If ignored, it could snap, leading to catastrophic engine failure. Many owners heard a rattling noise from the engine, which was a warning sign. If they didn't fix it in time, the entire engine could be destroyed. And here's where things get even worse. Mini never issued a recall. Instead, they let customers pay thousands of dollars to fix a problem that should have never existed in the first place. Some owners got lucky and had the timing chain replaced before it failed, but many others ended up needing a full engine replacement, which could cost upwards of $6,000. Yet, despite all these issues, Mini Cooper fans still defend these cars. They argue that the fun driving experience is worth the hassle. Before we move on to the next engine on this list, take a second to hit that like button if you're enjoying this video. It really helps the channel grow and lets us bring you more interesting videos in the world of cars. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video like this. Number 5. GM 3.6-liter high-feature V6. GM's 3.6-liter high-feature V6 sounds like a powerful high-tech engine on paper. It was used in a wide range of vehicles, from Cadillacs and Buicks to GMCs and Chevys. But despite its widespread use, this engine had one fatal flaw, a timing chain problem that caught many owners off guard. At first, the symptoms seem minor. A check engine light comes on. You might hear a slight rattle at idle. No big deal, right? Wrong. That little rattle is the timing chain stretching, and if you don't fix it, the engine is one bad day away from catastrophic failure. The timing chain is supposed to last the lifetime of the engine, but in these models, it wears out as early as 50,000 miles. When it fails, the valves and pistons collide, destroying the engine in an instant. And fixing it? $3,000 or more if caught early. But if the engine is ruined, you're looking at a total replacement, which costs over $7,000 in some cases. What's frustrating is that the GM knew about this issue for years. To make matters worse, this engine was also known for oil consumption issues. Some owners reported burning a quart of oil every 1,500 miles, which made an already bad situation even worse. Number 4. 2013-2019 Ford Escape. Ford introduced its 1.6-liter and 2-liter EcoBoost engines as a game-changer in efficiency and power. On paper, this turbocharged engine was supposed to deliver the perfect blend of fuel economy and performance. But in reality, thousands of Ford Escape owners found themselves stranded with blown engines before even reaching 50,000 miles. The biggest issue? Coolant leaks. These engines suffered from faulty cylinder head designs, which led to coolant leaking into the combustion chamber. This didn't just cause overheating, it meant the engine was slowly self-destructing from the inside out. Some owners noticed the problem early. Maybe their coolant was mysteriously disappearing, or they spotted white smoke coming from the exhaust. But for many, there was no warning. 1 minute, everything was fine. The next, total engine failure. Things got even worse when these overheating engines led to cracked cylinder heads. Once that happened, coolant would flood the cylinders, and the engine became a $5,000 paperweight. Some owners reported their engines catching fire, forcing Ford to issue recalls. But for many, the damage had already been done. Even after Ford tried to fix the problem, the repaired engines still had issues. Many Escape owners ended up paying out of pocket for expensive repairs, only to have the same problems come back. Number 3. 2009-2020 Audi 2-liter inline-4 TFSI. Audi's 2-liter inline-4 TFSI engine promised performance and efficiency, but it turned out to be one of the worst engines ever made. From the moment it hit the market, it was a disaster for owners. The biggest problem? Insane oil consumption. This engine burns through oil faster than gasoline, and Audi owners were constantly topping up between fill-ups. Some drivers reported adding a quart of oil every 600 to 1,000 miles, which is completely unacceptable for a modern engine. At first, Audi blamed the owners, telling them it was normal for turbocharged engines to consume oil. But as complaints piled up, it became clear that this wasn't just a minor issue, it was a major design flaw. The real problem was the piston rings. Audi used cheap, poorly designed piston rings that didn't seal properly, that allowing oil to leak into the combustion chamber and burn off. If you're thinking about buying a used Audi A4, A5, Q5, or Volkswagen GTI from these years, make sure to check the oil consumption history. If the previous owner had to add oil every 1,000 miles, walk away. It's only a matter of time before the engine needs a complete overhaul. Number 2. BMW N63 Twin-Turbo V8. BMW is known for luxury and performance, but the N63 Twin-Turbo V8 is infamous for all the wrong reasons. Introduced in 2008, this engine powered BMW's flagship models, including the 5 Series, 7 Series, X5, and X6. It promised high power, smooth acceleration, and cutting-edge technology. Instead, it became a reliability nightmare. The problems started almost immediately. Owners reported issues as early as 20,000 miles, and things only got worse from there. One of the biggest complaints was excessive oil consumption. If you owned a car with the N63 engine, you needed to carry extra oil in the trunk at all times. The engine burned oil at an alarming rate, sometimes requiring a quart every 600 to 1,000 miles. At first, BMW denied anything was wrong. Their response? They told owners to expect high oil consumption as part of the engine's design. But when people started needing complete engine rebuilds, it was clear this wasn't normal. BMW's twin-turbo setup was meant to deliver strong performance, but in reality, it was just another weak link. The turbos overheated frequently, leading to premature failures. Replacing them wasn't cheap, with repairs costing over $5,000 for parts and labor. Some unlucky owners had to replace them multiple times, and BMW wasn't exactly quick to help. BMW never issued a full recall, but they did launch something called the N63 Customer Loyalty Program. What was it? Basically, BMW offered discounted repairs to try and stop owners from suing them. But the program didn't cover everyone, and many BMW owners still got stuck with massive repair bills. Even after software updates and new parts, the problems kept coming. Number 1. Kia Theta 2 engine. The worst engine of all time? That title goes to the Kia Theta 2. This engine was a disaster from day one, causing millions of headaches for Hyundai and Kia owners around the world. The Theta 2 was found in some of the most popular Hyundai and Kia models, including the Hyundai Sonata, Hyundai Santa Fe, Kia Optima, and Kia Sportage. At first, it looked like a solid, fuel-efficient engine, but under the hood, it was a ticking time bomb. Oil starvation was a critical flaw in the engine's design. It restricted oil flow, leading to rapid wear and premature failure. The bearings inside the engine also broke down too soon, causing knocking sounds and total failure. Many Theta 2 engines seized up completely before hitting 50,000 miles. For years, Hyundai and Kia downplayed complaints. They blamed owners for not changing their oil enough. But as more engines started failing early, it became impossible to ignore. Then came the lawsuits. Class action lawsuits started popping up across the US, forcing Hyundai and Kia to finally admit there was a problem. The result was a massive recall covering over 3 million vehicles. The Kia Theta 2 engine is one of the biggest failures in automotive history. It left millions of owners stranded, led to massive recalls, and cost Hyundai and Kia billions of dollars. There you have it, some of the worst engines ever made, costing owners thousands in repairs and endless frustration. Have you ever owned one of these SUVs? Share your horror story in the comments. Want more honest car advice? Hit that subscribe button. And if you found this video helpful, smash that like button. It helps more car buyers get the info they need. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.